At last, I reached the velvet I had felt calling to me in Sebastian's shop. As I held it up, there were several audible intakes of breath. It was a deep gold velvet cape with a purple silk lining. Gold brocade ribbons ran down the interior seams and along the hem, and purple and gold fringe decorated the neckline. A silk-lined hood hung down the back, a large tassel at its crown. An ornate brass frog toggle fastened the cape at the throat. Where the rest of the trunk's contents had been typical of the merchant class in the 19th century, quality construction with modest decorative touches, this cape was something else. It was also much older and appeared to have been fashioned for royalty. It was not in great shape. The silk lining was shattered and hung in strips. There were numerous moth holes. The velvet had faded unevenly, and there was a large tear at the seam along the left shoulder. Yet even with all that, it was an amazing garment. Unable to resist, I whirled it around my shoulders and only vaguely noticed as Oscar careened toward me, alarm in his pink piggy eyes. I fastened the brass clasp at the neck. And then I was no longer in the shop. I felt a shock of freezing cold wash over me, followed by a river of heat. As though in a dream, I saw fuzzy shapes and heard sounds, unintelligible yet very real. As the images coalesced, I realized a mob was surrounding me, pointing fingers, faces distorted in anger and fear. They were jeering, yelling, calling out curses? I couldn't quite make it out. The sounds were like a recording being played at the wrong speed. It reminded me of being underwater. The lights bobbed and flickered, and sounds were muffled and distorted. It was nightmarish. What were they saying? I concentrated, straining to hear, trying to make out their words. Lily? Lily!